Do you ever wonder what supplies you should keep in your day pack? Because you never know what's going to happen when you're out doing an adventure. Woo! So I'm going to show you what I bring. Welcome to Adventures in Reach. Today I'm out cross-country skiing and it's about 19 degrees out here, a little chilly. My gloves are actually helping to hold the camera up, and you'll see in a lot of my videos that I'll be carrying this pack. Even if I'm just out for the day or out for a couple hours, I will pretty much always have this pack. Now, people make fun of me for bringing this sometimes because they're like, what do you need that for? Like, do you really need to be that prepared? Are you over prepared? Do you really want to carry that thing? So, you know, when I'm mountain biking, downhill skiing, cross-country skiing, anything, I will pretty much always have this pack. Now, after 9 years on search and rescue, I've learned that, you know, some things can happen that are not planned, and so I want to have this with me. So I'm going to show you what is in this pack. First, I'm going to have water, you know, always accessible. Yeah, I realize I could, you know, melt some snow or something here, but I always have the water. Of course, those basics, I always have food with me as well. There's a Larabar, but I have some other Cliff Bars and things on the waist belt pouches as well. I have a headlamp in case it gets dark. I don't know how many people I've found where they, you know, you get to them and they're just freaked out because they don't have a source of light. You get to them, you turn, you know, you give them a flashlight and they're just like, oh my gosh, I feel so much better. So then there's survival blanket. I don't really recommend this one, but I'll link to the one, I believe it's called Soul, that is a lot more hardy. It's, you know, it can take more abuse, but a space blanket of sorts. And I'll link to all this stuff in case you're interested. Now, I sometimes, depending what I'm doing, will bring a full-scale first aid kit or kind of like a weekender first aid kit, but I always have at least some very basic things for like cuts and scrapes. So I have an ace bandage, and this thing really needs to be replaced, but this vet wrap and a little bit of gauze and some tape. Now, none of this is, you know, sealed up, and some of these things really should be, but this is really for myself, right? So this is like a major bleed and I'm just throwing something on there to stop it. You know, it's easier than tearing up a t-shirt or something. I also have some water treatment. So these are just some iodine drops. Now, again, right now, this season, not very helpful, but I have this year round. I have a knife in here. Just, you know, this is just a cheap little knife, a lighter. Oftentimes these lighters, what I'll do is tape over the top of them, especially if there's a chance of it getting wet. I have some pink flagging in here. So if I were to get turned around, I can use this pink flagging to kind of mark where I'm at and be able to look around and refine myself. I have a little bit of Dermatone to, you know, if it's getting sunny, if I'm getting burned, if I'm getting windburn, I can use that. And then I always carry a compass. So several things that I can use. And, you know, you may have a little different list of stuff that you bring. The rest for me is pretty much dependent on the season. And so in here, oh, I forgot about this. Of course, toilet paper and hand sanitizer. And then season specific, you know, in here I have these mittens. So if my fingers are getting cold and my gloves, I can just stick this little over mitt on, and that generally warms them up. That is it that I carry most of the time. So like I said, most of the other stuff is season specific, and I do recommend always carrying something like this, a little kit, even if it's just a little stuff sack you can throw in a pocket or whatever, making it even more compact than this. But there's a lot of things that could happen, and I would rather be ready and, you know, be a little over prepared than just be caught off guard. I'll link to all those things if you're interested. I hope that all of you are having safe adventures, and if any of this is helpful to you, then hit that like button. And then if you're interested in these sort of videos, then I would invite you to subscribe and check out one of these videos next. There's always an adventure in your reach. All you have to do is find it.